Tonight, I want you to pause for just one moment. Close your eyes if you can, yes, right now, and imagine this. What would your life look like if every dream you've ever dared to whisper into the universe was already yours? How would you feel waking up each morning, knowing that everything you desire has already been given form, simply waiting for you to step into its reality? Sounds impossible, doesn't it? But what if I told you that impossibility is nothing more than a story we tell ourselves, a veil over our true creative power? My name is Shi Heng Yi, and tonight I am here not to teach you something new, but to awaken something ancient within you. Something primal, something divine. You see, most people live their lives chasing after results, hoping for change, praying for miracles, but they never realize that they are the source of all creation. The truth is far simpler and far more profound than anything you've been led to believe. Every miracle, every transformation, every manifestation that has ever occurred in human history began with a single spark: feeling. Not thinking, not wishing, not begging or pleading, but feeling. When you learn how to harness the power of feeling, you unlock the ability to shape your world according to your deepest desires. Tonight, I will show you how to do exactly that. This isn't about positive affirmations or visualization tricks. This is about stepping fully into the state of the wish fulfilled. This is about becoming the person who already possesses what you seek. By the time we're done, you'll understand why the secret behind every great achievement lies not in action, strategy, or timing, but in the quiet certainty of feeling. Are you ready? Let's dive in. The divine secret behind every miracle. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stopped to consider where miracles come from? We often think of them as rare occurrences, gifts bestowed by some external force beyond our control. But let me tell you something extraordinary. Miracles aren't random acts of intervention. They are natural expressions of universal law. And the key to unlocking these laws lies within you. You don't need more power because the infinite wellspring of creation already resides inside you. You don't need more time because time itself bends to the rhythm of your inner conviction. You don't even need to know how things will unfold, because the moment you align your feelings with the outcome you desire, the bridge between your current reality and your dreams begins to take shape automatically. It's as though the universe conspires on your behalf, not out of favoritism, but out of obedience to the unbreakable principles of existence. Here's the truth. God, or the creative intelligence of the universe, is not some distant being sitting on a throne in the sky. No, my friend, God is closer to you than your own breath. In fact, God is your imagination. Yes, you heard me correctly. Your imagination is the workshop of creation. It is where the invisible becomes visible, where thought takes form, and where dreams transform into tangible realities. When you dare to imagine something vividly enough, and more importantly, when you feel it as though it were already real, you tap into the very essence of divinity. Think about it. Everything around you, the chair you're sitting on, the device you're using to watch this video, the air you breathe, all of it was once nothing more than an idea in someone's mind. Someone dared to feel it into existence. Someone believed so deeply in its possibility that they brought it forth into the material plane. And guess what? That someone could be you. Because you are not separate from the Creator, you are the Creator. Right now, you may be asleep to your own power, but tonight I intend to wake you up. Why most people fail to manifest their desires. Now, before we go any further, let's address a painful truth. Most people fail to manifest their desires not because they lack potential, but because they misunderstand the process. They pray fervently, hoping for a breakthrough. They beg the universe for signs. They wait patiently or sometimes impatiently for circumstances to align in their favor. But here's the problem. Hoping, begging, and waiting won't get you anywhere unless you pair them with feeling. To truly create, you must become. To attract wealth, you must feel wealthy not someday, but now. To reunite with a loved one, you must feel the warmth of their embrace as though it's happening in this very moment. To heal your body, you must feel the vitality coursing through your veins without doubting it for a second. Why? Because the outer world responds only to the inner state. The universe mirrors back to you whatever vibration you carry within yourself. Let me give you an example. Imagine two gardeners planting seeds side by side. One plants his seeds with doubt, fear, and impatience. He digs them up daily to check if they've sprouted, waters them inconsistently, and complains when nothing seems to grow. The other plants her seeds with faith, trust, and joy. She nurtures them gently, waters them regularly, and feels gratitude for the harvest she knows is coming even though she can't yet see it. Who do you think will reap the greater bounty? Of course, it's the second gardener. Her feelings of confidence and abundance naturally draw forth the conditions necessary for growth. The same principle applies to your life. If your days are filled with lack, it's because you're feeling lack. If blessings overflow in your life, it's because you're radiating gratitude and prosperity. You cannot escape the law of reflection. It always works, always produces, always manifests what you hold in your heart. So the question is simple: what are you holding in your heart right now? The practice of feeling your desire into reality. Let's make this practical. Suppose you desire wealth. Where should you begin? Not with stocks, investments, or lottery tickets, but with your inner state. Wealth is not merely a number in your bank account, it's a vibration, a way of being. To attract wealth, you must first enter the state of wealth within yourself. How? By feeling wealthy. Not hoping to be wealthy someday, not pretending to be wealthy, but assuming with full inner conviction that you are already the wealthy person you aspire to be. Ask yourself, how would I walk if I had all the money I needed? How would I speak? How would I greet my friends? How would I fall asleep at night? What thoughts would fill my mind upon waking each morning? These questions are not trivial, they are the foundation of a new consciousness. As you answer them sincerely, you begin constructing a new identity, a new reality. And once you occupy that state in feeling, it will inevitably produce its corresponding physical counterpart. But here's the crucial part. Visualization alone won't cut it. You must inhabit the scene entirely. Engage all your senses. Hear the sounds of success, touch the objects of luxury, breathe in the atmosphere of abundance. Make it so real in your imagination that it feels indistinguishable from waking life. Then let go. Fall asleep in that state. Carry it with you throughout the day. Return to it whenever doubt creeps in. Above all, refuse to contradict it with worry, fear, or complaint. Remain faithful to the feeling, and it will become fact. Stories of transformation through feeling. Still skeptical? That's okay. I was once too. After years of chasing results through logic, effort, and sheer willpower, I thought that's how change happened, by pushing, planning, and proving ourselves worthy. But what I've learned since has reshaped everything I thought I knew about life, healing, and success. The truth is, transformation doesn't always come from doing more. Sometimes it begins by simply feeling differently. Let me share a story that illustrates this powerful truth. A woman once came to me desperate not just for change, but for connection. She wanted to reconcile with her estranged husband. They had been married for over a decade before their relationship unraveled under the weight of misunderstandings, resentment, and silence. She had tried everything she could think of. Letters filled with apologies, phone calls that went unanswered, even showing up at his doorstep, hoping for a miracle. Nothing worked. And so she came to me, searching for one last solution. I listened carefully as she spoke of her pain, her longing, and her regret. Then I asked her a simple question. Do you still love him? She didn't hesitate. Yes, she said, almost instinctively. So I replied, then assume he loves you too. Assume you are already together. She looked at me as if I'd asked her to climb Mount Everest barefoot. The idea seemed absurd to her. How could she act as if something were true when it clearly wasn't? But I urged her to try. Not to pretend, not to lie, but to feel it. To let herself live in the emotion of reunion, of love rekindled, of being whole again. I told her to close her eyes before sleep each night and imagine him holding her, whispering those words she longed to hear, feeling the warmth of his embrace as though it were happening in real time. Reluctantly, she followed through. Night after night, she practiced living in that new reality. At first, it felt forced, even silly. But slowly, something began to shift within her. Her sadness softened. Her self-blame lifted. She started to believe just a little that maybe, just maybe, things could be different. Within days, something miraculous happened. He called her. By the end of the month, they were reunited, not because he suddenly changed his mind, but because she had changed her state. Her feeling changed. She moved into a new inner world, and the outer world mirrored it back to her. Another man came to me with a different kind of longing. He was stuck in a dead-end job, feeling invisible, unworthy, and trapped. He believed that success was for other people, that he wasn't smart enough, connected enough, or lucky enough to break free. I told him, you are not stuck. You are only stuck in your feeling. What held him back wasn't circumstance, it was his internal vibration, the emotional frequency he was broadcasting every day. So I gave him an assignment: construct a scene that implied his desire had already been fulfilled. Every night he was to imagine himself stepping into a new office, shaking hands with a confident employer, hearing the words, "You're hired," and allowing himself to fully feel the pride, relief, and joy of that moment as if it had already happened. For weeks he did this faithfully, even when doubt crept in. And then, unexpectedly, a company he hadn't applied to reached out. They had seen his old portfolio online and wanted to offer him a role, one that paid double his previous salary and gave him creative freedom he'd never dreamed possible. Again, what changed? His feeling, his energy, his state of being. Once he shifted internally, the external world responded in kind. These stories and countless others like them are proof of one universal truth: if you can feel it, you can manifest it. You don't need to manipulate people, force circumstances, or wait for perfect alignment. All you need to do is enter the state of the wish fulfilled and remain there. Let yourself dwell in the emotion of having already received what you desire. Not someday, not if, now. Because when you embody that feeling consistently, you begin to attract the conditions that match it. The world conforms to your inner state, it always does. Whether you realize it or not, you are constantly broadcasting a signal through your emotions. And the universe listens. It reflects back what you hold most deeply within. So ask yourself, what are you feeling right now? And more importantly, what would happen if you chose to feel something better? Because when you change your feeling, you change your life. Your birthright, the power to create reality. By now you might be wondering, why does this work? Why does feeling have such immense power over our lives, our circumstances, even our health? It seems almost too simple, too effortless to believe that something as intangible as emotion could shape the very fabric of reality. But the answer lies not in magic or mysticism, but in the nature of reality itself. Reality is not created by outer actions alone. It begins within with your deepest beliefs, your most consistent thoughts, and above all, your innermost feelings. What you are convinced of deep in your bones, in your breath, in your heart, that is what you manifest into your life. Conviction is not just a thought. It's a feeling so deeply held that it becomes your personal truth, whether or not the world around you reflects it yet. And that's where most people get stuck. They wait for proof before they allow themselves to feel differently. They look to their current situation and say, "I'll believe it when I see it." But the truth is, you must first feel it to create it. You must live from the end result even before the beginning has changed. Because the moment you do, the world begins to shift to match your new internal state. So if you wish to change your world, you must first change your conviction. And you do that through feeling. Start small. Choose one desire, just one, and commit to it with every ounce of your being. Not a vague hope, not a wishful fantasy, a clear, focused longing that resonates with your soul. Then imagine it fulfilled. Create a vivid scene that implies completion. Picture yourself already living it. See the details. Hear the sounds. Feel the emotions as if it were happening right now. Make it real in your mind until it becomes real in your body. Enter it fully. Don't just think about it, live inside it. Let it become your home in imagination. Return to it again and again like a sacred ritual. Sleep in it. Walk in it. Think from it. Speak as if it is already yours. Allow no outer appearance, no delay, no setback, no discouraging word to dissuade you. Because those outer conditions are not fixed truths. They are temporary reflections of your former state, and they are catching up. You see, the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, the mysterious sequence of events, opportunities, and synchronicities that lead you forward, is not yours to build. Your job is not to figure out how it will happen. That's not your role. Your role is simply to walk across the bridge once it appears, to trust that the path will unfold when you're ready to take it. Because here's the secret: the universe responds to your energy long before it delivers the outcome. It aligns people, resources, and timing based on your emotional frequency. When you feel joy, gratitude, peace, and certainty regardless of what's currently visible, you send a signal that you are ready, and the world begins to rearrange itself to meet you there. This is your birthright, the power to create, the ability to shape your life not through struggle, but through surrender to the right feeling, not through force, but through faith, not through doing more, but through being different. So remember this, you are not powerless. You are not at the mercy of fate or circumstance. You are the architect of your experience, and the blueprint you hold within the conviction you carry in your heart is what shapes everything else. Trust the law, trust the process, trust yourself. Because the moment you truly do, you begin to see miracles unfold, not because anything magical has happened, but because you have changed. And that's all it takes. So here's my challenge to you. Tonight, before you fall asleep, take just a few quiet moments for yourself. Close your eyes, let go of the day. Allow your body to relax, your mind to soften, and your heart to open. Then ask yourself this powerful question: what do you truly want? Not what you think you can get, not what others expect from you, but what your soul longs for. What is it that lights you up inside, even if only for a moment? Once you've found that desire, whether it's peace, love, health, success, connection, or something still unnamed, don't stop at thinking about it. Don't just hope for it. Feel it now. Step into the scene that implies it is already done. Create it in your mind with as much clarity and detail as possible. See the faces of those who are part of this future. Hear the words being spoken. Sense the atmosphere, the light, the sounds, the emotions. Imagine yourself moving through this world as if it has already become your reality. Let the joy, the relief, the gratitude of already being there saturate your entire being. Don't wait until it shows up in form to allow yourself to feel good. That's the old way of living, being at the mercy of circumstances. This is something new. This is creation. You are doing it now, in this very moment. You are planting the seed in the most fertile soil there is, your own consciousness. And the harvest is inevitable. Because what you consistently feel becomes what you consistently experience. The universe doesn't respond to your words or your wishes, it responds to your energy, your emotion, your inner truth. So stay in that state. Let nothing shake you from it. Don't let doubt creep in when results don't appear overnight. Don't let fear return the moment things look unchanged. Remember, the outer world is always playing catch up with your inner one. You are the one with the power, not circumstance, not timing, not other people. You are the one who imagines. You are the one who feels. And because you feel it, it must be. Because feeling is the language of creation. It is how you communicate with the field of infinite possibility. It is how you shape your life from the inside out. Don't wait for signs to believe. That's the trap so many fall into. They say, I'll believe it when I see it. But real power comes from saying, I will believe it before I see it and watch it appear. Begin within. Begin now, because your world is your mirror. Change who you are in feeling, and what you see will change automatically. Fearful people see threats everywhere. Joyful people see blessings in every corner. Loving people see beauty where others see flaws. Your perception is the lens through which you view reality, and when you adjust the lens, the picture adjusts itself. So ask yourself, who am I being right now? What emotional state am I broadcasting to the world? And more importantly, who could I choose to be instead? Are you ready to rise inwardly? Are you ready to ascend the ladder of being through feeling? Each rung you climb is a new emotional state. Each state brings with it new experiences, new opportunities, new versions of yourself waiting to emerge. Every time you shift your feeling, you step into a higher expression of who you truly are. Change yourself, and the world reflects your change. You are not here to conform to the world. You are here to transform it. So feel deliberately, feel powerfully. Feel as though you already are the person you want to be, the one who is whole, complete, capable, and worthy. Watch as the world rearranges itself in perfect harmony with your inner state. Doors you never noticed begin to open. People come into your life at just the right time. Circumstances align in ways that once seemed impossible. This is your birthright. This is the secret that has been available to every great creator, healer, leader, and visionary throughout history. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's the natural law of being, of thought, feeling, and belief shaping the world around us. Now go and claim it. Tonight, tomorrow, every day, because the power is yours, and it always has been.